Over the end line.
Here we go. Check. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go. It's caught inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Here's Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Room here to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 26. Whether it's the toss or the pitch, you get him the ball outside the tackles on the edge. He's a tough man to bring down.
He certainly is, and it makes people wonder on the other side of the ball. Do I really want to deal with him when he gets a full head of steam? At the same time, he's also congratulating his tackle, tight end, wide receiver on that side. They gave him access to the corner and allowed him to build up that head of steam.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Hey! Go get him! Shoot!
Here's Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
We got this. At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Come on, D. What do you think?
Here's Prescott. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, 76 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
On 2nd down now. Barkley, not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Good job, D. That's right.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out.
Indy. Let's go. Man left. 3 down. Snap.
The toss out to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's go. 10 Lobo. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the pass. Hey, Zoo. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Let's go.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
From the 27, Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
I'm coming after you. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Hey, exit. 57. I hope you go.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. The first down carry by Elliott. Powers through it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Prescott looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On second down, Barkley. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54. Squeeze.
Brings up second
Check 3,
and
check.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
3rd and 7.
Ready. 90, Wolf.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Jones now on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Hey, Echo.
Let's get it. 57's the Mike. 57's the
Now.
Blue down.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
I got you. 57.
Now.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now after the play, oh man, it's Barkley who appears to be shaken up. He's down. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
Certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. Rosas' kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
2nd and 5 now. Prescott going to take a shot for Gallup. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Prescott to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep, Golden Tate. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 15-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the 2nd half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Get it.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And Tate's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They find some open field here. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 48 yards.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down. Jones. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Jones throwing again on 2nd and 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Let's get it together, defense. Everybody, kill.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Mike 51, Mike 51. 51,
On second and 12, Prescott. This goes out right to Doyle. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now Prescott. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go to Barkley again. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf.
Check. Watch 54, watch 54. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. All day.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Yeah.
Hey, what?
Now Jones operating from the gun. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
54.
It's a gain of 2nd and 2.
Rush in.
49, check 49, check 46.
They go to Elliott again. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Kill. Check 50.
Check 31.
Hey, kill. 26.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On third down, Barkley. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll run with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The type of game that he's having running the football, there was no doubt who they were giving the ball to.
So why didn't they just go ahead and go after him on defense, right?
Yeah,
if you know, right? You know he's having that type of a game. Who else would you expect to get the football? I would have taken my chances and sold out defensively to stop him. And if anyone else picks it up, I tip my cap to him.
57's the mic. Rock 57.
Smooth.
He's heavy on the edges.
Ready?
Jones back to the air on second down. Left side completion to Jones. 12 yards there and a first down. Jones now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey.
Motion.
57's Mike. Mike 50.
Five.
Jones now from the gun. He'll throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Mike to 59.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB big.
On first down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Strong right. 3 down. Hey, 26.
Throwing. Prescott. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. To throw again on second down. Prescott minus 9 yards on the play, and now it's third down.
Here we go, 46. 26.
On third down, it's Prescott. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
48, Giants 6.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for the Giants. 61 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to... Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations,
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Looking to throw. Prescott. Going up top. He's got a man. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 36 yards on the play. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Going to take a shot for Gallup. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 53 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Marr now to add the extra point. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Next to score, Cowboys 55, Giants 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Throwing Jones. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Jones now 9 of 17 through the air. Now Saquon Barkley. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. The dump-off gets them only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs.
Get it.
Now Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jones. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike's 54.
Back to throw. Jones. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 2nd and 10, Jones is so caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Ready to break. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Check. Crunch. 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 Yep.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield. And this is caught. Well, they get 1 back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Rosas True Blue on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. Throw left side complete. It's Jones. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people.
And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, and we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kareem Martin. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
It's 2nd down.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Boom! Sack, baby! Sack!
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch the
Well, Prescott here to throw. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.